guys, Reggietta here. Just want to give a couple of quick updates before we get too much into this video. Number one, I've launched a new Facebook page to go along with the YouTube channel that I currently have at the moment. Namely, to provide another avenue of contact with subscribers and people who view the videos. You can get over there, post questions. I'll probably try to answer, the good ones, not the crazy, stupid ones, but I digress. Anyways, and also, I'm going to be doing a new little build series here. You're looking at an example of part of it. The build series is going to focus primarily on elemental temples, earth, air, fire, and water. And on top of that, I want to do two different versions of each. I want to do a light version and a dark version. To sort of give interesting styles and inspiration for roleplay servers that may wish to, may need a little help designing dungeons, or if you want to use these, I suppose we can work something out. And also enhance my skills as a builder in general in Minecraft. I know I've already learned quite a bit of redstone, which you'll see in a little bit. So let's go ahead and get right down to it. The first one I'm tackling today, just as a demonstration, I've been working on this for a little while, is the Dark Temple of Fire. Temple of Fire, I should say. It's 2:40 in the morning. I must confess, sleep would probably be a better idea at the moment, but when the inspiration strikes, you must attack while the iron is hot. So, this is Minecraft 1.2.3. I started this late in 1.1, just to give you a representation of how this has evolved slowly. You can see the new upside down staircase is available. So you can sort of jump, bonk your head. And you enter the room and there's basically a well. And you look down the well and you say, well, that's a long ways down. I ended up choosing water just to sort of kind of create the feeling of deception that, a temple of darkness might provide, attempt to deceive you and trying to hide its true intentions. So this initially looks like a well, but if you dive deep enough, you fall through straight down at the bottom, and these ladders are mercy to not get yourself killed, which will drop you down into the actual dungeon area. So you notice that if you fall down into the tunnel, it is a one-way trip. Once you're down here, you must attempt to complete the dungeon or suicide out, or die trying. Leads down into this little path, which is pretty well lit. Initially I wanted to do, keep this kind of dark, but when I went to load it up in easy mode, I immediately got mobbed by about, 30 different monsters, which is not a good idea. So the path is well lit, and the monsters will hopefully stay on the other side of the fence. This area obviously is going to need a little working on, since the fence is sort of a kind of a last minute addition. What I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably end up reversing this concept and just having the lights on the ceiling and use the new glowstone blocks, or the new, glowstone lamps, I guess you could call them, to provide light, which I think look very awesome in this setting. Entryway, fire to both sides. If you wish to opt out, you can, and die a horrible death. I love these netherrack fences. You can walk on them and they don't make noise. Very creepy, very scary, and it actually makes pets, wolves, cats freak out. Kind of makes it a little difficult to bring those around, which takes you into the main entrance. Here's a big old eye, basically, is what I'm making it as, and that's sort of kind of, watching over you, basically. Behind you is a banner of sorts, supposed to represent the dark fire element that resides here. And this area has very nice lighting, I think. So there's some lighting at the top from glowstone, the lava provides a little bit of light. but mostly it is just dark enough to allow a couple of mobs to spawn, which makes this a slightly hazardous area. You have this nice little center point I enjoy. I kind of like this little element here of having netherrack fence where you can look down at your impending doom. You'll notice 3 different doorways. This is still a work in progress, so I haven't quite worked on these 2 sections beyond these iron doors, or what they will be iron doors essentially in the end. You'd have to complete each section in order to unlock the next, so the path straight down the middle is section 1, and depending on a whim, one or the other will be section 2, and the last one will be probably a boss area, or a general hazard-filled way out of the dungeon to safely escape with some loot that'll be scattered throughout the dungeon. Here's another interesting challenge area I hope will be interesting anyway. I'm going to work on some new dispensers with the spawn eggs. If you didn't know, in 1.2 version of Minecraft, you can use dispensers to use with spawn eggs to spawn monsters, basically, instead of them spitting the eggs out. So you can actually make sections which are filled with monsters. You gotta come back here, flip a switch. That doesn't work at the moment. Still gonna wire a few things. I'm still plotting out the design of the world, or the level. Random cow moo. Still designing it as I go. So the door would actually be... Now the door would actually be up here that you gotta continue. This leads to an optional area that I'm pretty excited about. What it's gonna be, it's gonna be a challenge course. Entirely optional, you wouldn't need it to complete the dungeon. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna probably flip a switch, which will be over here. That will open a side door here and start you on the challenge. In each room there will be you'll have monsters sort of spawning in between you and another switch. A never-ending supply of monsters, hopefully, unless you plan on staying there and sitting for 9 stacks of monsters per dispenser, and at least 2 or 3 dispensers. You do the math. That's a lot of monsters to kill, and not a whole lot of armor, even if you have diamond. You have to kill, you know, just enough of the monsters where you can activate the switch, turn them off, go to the next room, which hasn't been built yet. So I carry on. One flip about each challenge room is once you go to the next room, you are locked in there. So either you complete the challenge or you die, which is why I want to make it optional, because that would be mean to make that part of the mandatory course. Carrying on through here, here's where the door is going to be for that switch I showed you earlier. Going up the stairs, I kind of like these staircases. I'm trying also to experiment with lighting, you know, seeing how many different ways I can get, you know, lava and glowstone to interact, generate a gloomy-ish feeling without getting too direct with the lighting, like here with the lava and the fence posts. Comes to this little area, and I gotta admit, it's 1.2 and they still haven't made like nether brick slabs. So this is sort of a placeholder item that sort of kind of knocks the lighting level down quite a bit in this room. There's gonna be more side quest shenanigans. You gotta go through each of these. There's gonna be 2 sets on each side. I've got 1 working so far. Not going to do much in this room, just to spoil what's going on here. As you can see, there's 2 levers and a button. I'll let you decipher how you want to do that. Which would, when you complete that little puzzle, it'll unlock 1 portion of this door. You complete the whole section, and you'll get to like a little mini boss room where, again, another never-ending supply of mobs will spawn. And your goal is to either probably solve a little puzzle to unlock one of these doors in the main chamber and carry on in your little adventure through the dungeon to beat the boss, find the treasure, and escape with your life. that's the main gist of the Dark Temple of Fire. It's still quite a bit of work progress. As you can see, I'm probably, I would say, about a quarter of the way through. Since I imagine there'll be, let me see, this is section 1. Got the start done. I need to complete section 2, section 3, and probably an escape section to let you out. But other than that, that's just about covers it for the time being. So I would invite y'all to tune in next time and see how the Darkness Temple of Fire is progressing, and also check out some of the other content that I have on my channel. So until next time, guys, this is Raichiel, and we'll see you later. Alligator.